today is rabies, low virus, and prion. The common denominator here is that all these entities cause infection sa brain. We'll go to rabies first. Ano alam niyo sa rabies? Go. Okay, rabies is in its full manifestation, it is manifested as fulminant encephalitis. The thing is, when this fulminant encephalitis manifests, more or less, survival is not the survival is the exception. Almost 100% ang mortality rate ng rabies once it reaches the brain. So sa ato pa, as a medical practitioner, the concern is huwag mong paabutin yung virus sa brain. Yun na dito. Kasi once umabot na sa brain, it's essentially a death sentence. Now, this virus, it's an RNA virus. It is a member of your LISA virus under your rhabdo. Rhabdo because this is a bullet-shaped virus. So, it attaches through the nerve endings. So, meron kang inoculation, for example, sa skin. The skin have what we call nerve endings. So, yun yung attachment sa virus. In fact, yung acetylcholine, nicotinic acetylcholine is the receptor of the virus. From the receptor, it will now attach to the peripheral nerves. And parang pabaliktad ng retrograde. It makes use of your peripheral nerves to reach the brain. Okay? Now, the transmission is of course through the saliva of rabid animals. Now, rabies is only seen sa mga warm-blooded animals. So, kasama yung mammals doon. So, technically, all mammals can transmit the virus. So, hindi kasama yung mga reptiles, hindi kasama yung mga fishes, hindi kasama yung mga frogs or snakes, di pwede. Although some snakes are lethal, toxins naman yun, hindi yun rabies. Okay? Now, so it makes use of the peripheral nerve, hindi blood. The virus has not been isolated in the blood. So sa ato pa, kung peripheral nerves buhagi ang virus, it will take time for it to reach the brain. Now, ang tanong, relevant ba yan? Is there a difference kung makagat ka sa leeg or makagat ka sa leg? Siyempre, of course, the distance between the neck and your head is quite shorter than compared to your leg. So that the virus will travel, it will take shorter time for the virus to travel to reach the brain compared to your leg. So it matters kung asa ka makagat. Now, granting nakaabot na yung virus sa brain after a long incubation period, kasi ang kanal na dumating doon eh. Okay? The virus will now replicate in the brain, and ang tawag dyan sa area ng cell where the virus will replicate is your Negri body. It's after a doctor. Negri. Hindi yan maitim. Hindi naman yan Negro, Negri, but it's the name of the doctor. In fact, kung meron kang, for example, in our part of the world, dogs man ang dogs ang number one na we can associate with rabies. Okay? Second after cats dito sa Pilipinas. So, for example, the dog nakakagat. Mas maganda kung i-observe mo yung dog. Kasi if the dog deteriorates, when you say deterioration, nag-iba yung behavior ng dog, laluya, they need to be sacrificed, yung dog na yan. Maski pet pa ninyo. Here, the Department of Agriculture ata mag-examine ng brain ng dog. Tanaw nila kung may rabies yun and looking at the brain of the dog. By the way, hindi lang siya random kung asa pangitaon ang Negri bodies. They usually accumulates in 3 areas: your hippocampus, your cerebellum, and your brain stem. So diyan usually nag-accumulate yung Negri bodies. If you see them in the brain, that is pathognomonic for rabies. So ibig sabihin, yung dog na yan, proof yan na merong rabies yung dog na yan. So magalangan ka na sa humans kung example kung that dog has bitten a human being. Most likely, you have to do something because pwede makatransmit yung rabid dog na yan, especially kung na-confirm na ay Negri body. So that's the importance of Negri bodies. Humans, medyo endpoint ng humans kasi bihira lang yung human to human. Although technically possible, pero very rare lang yung human nangagat ng fellow human and that human na kinagat nagka-rabies. Pero theoretically, simple yun kasi we are warm-blooded. Any warm-blooded animals can transmit the virus once they have it. Okay, ito yung Negri bodies, ito yung medyo pinkish, it's called eosinophilic inclusion bodies. This is how your Negri bodies look like. So, hahanapan yan sa brain, yung 2 sections, particularly sa hippocampus, cerebellum, at saka brainstem. Okay. So, pathophysiology, if you are bitten by a rabid animal, the rabies found in the saliva will now attach to, as I mentioned earlier, nicotinic acetylcholine receptor. So in short, di ba synapse yun? So naka sa nerve endings, dito mo attach ang virus. And from once it will attach to the receptor, meron tayong retrograde pathway towards the brain. It will take a while, no? Kaya nga ang incubation period ng rabies took months, even years. Okay? Ang ato lang ani is, ang intervention sa doktor is do not let the virus reach the brain. Kasi kung the virus will reach the brain, it's the end. Okay, so retrograde axonal transport, it will reach the brain. For in the brain, it will now manifest as fulminant encephalitis. And from the CNS, it will now spread to other organs, particularly the salivary glands. Okay? So, iro, rabies ang iro, it will go to the brain sa iro, then it will now, from the brain, it will now go to the salivary glands. The virus will accumulate in the salivary glands, muna na Dako ang inoculum ng virus when it bites another being. So there's only one serotype of your rabies, However, there are strain differences in different areas and different species. But nevertheless, the manifestation, full-blown manifestation, is that of an acute fulminant encephalitis. So, that's the word fulminant, no? Bihira lang ang makasurvive. In fact, i-google din mo, na may makasurvive, pero daw, no? Pero I'm not really sure kung anong circumstances na nakasurvive siya. But, to be honest, it's near 100% mortality rate. Okay. So in short, if you don't institute your post-exposure regimen, no, and the virus will now take hold, yun ang disaster. So for every bite talaga, suspected bite, dapat ma-institute yung post-exposure regimen. Okay? We will discuss about that, ano yung regimen na yan. But anyway, the rabies word means in Latin as madness. Kasi nga, yung manifestation during encephalitis, no? Murakag na parang nabuang, in short. Kaya nga madness. So sinabi ko na yung sa salivary gland, particularly sa submaxillary gland, and then distance, no? So, for example, nag-manifest na, it may, in short, inabot na sa brain. It will manifest first as headache, general weakness. But as the disease progress, makonclude mo na nga, rabies na ito. Because there are two manifestations that will stood out. Ito yung hypersalivation and hydrophobia, fear of water. Okay? That is very characteristic of a rabies encephalitis. Okay? So here, meron ka ng mga occultation, paralysis, hallucination, no? Once this will manifest, wala, bilang ng araw mo. Okay? More or less a week after that, death ensues. Okay? Mostly due to respiratory paralysis. Okay? Okay? So, virtually no one survives rabies when it is full-blown. No? Okay? Kumbaga, once na may encephalitis siya, untreatable na yun. Okay? So the only thing that you can do is to prevent that virus from reaching the brain. Okay? So to understand fully, ito yung 5 stages. Okay? So number 1, incubation. So of course, inoculation, yung kagat, then incubation. As I mentioned, it will take a lot of time, no? Months, even years. Okay? Then, patients will now give some symptoms, pero very non-specific. So ito yung prodrome, yung not feeling well. No? Bigla lang ng not feeling well ang pasyente. No? Medyo na-flu, sakit sa kalusugan. Ayun, ang tawag. Ano yung sabihin nun? Oh. So that's the prodrome phase. Ang atong iniwasan is dapat hindi aabot sa neurologic phase. Kasi mahirap na pag dumating dito sa neurologic phase. Now, sa neurologic phase, tatlo yung manifestation. Yung sinasabi ko na yung may mga paralysis, yung hydrophobia, encephalitic form yun. That is the most dominant. 85%. Okay? Yun yung most dominant. Karamihan, ito ang manifestation. Okay? Pero, in some cases, the paralytic form is the one that is more apparent. So, ito yung mapagdamalang Guillain-Barré. Especially kung walay, kasi because of the long incubation period, hindi na nakalimutan na, nakagat pala ito. Nakalimutan yung history ng kagat. Okay? Kasi yung pasyente biglang na-paralyze. Similar to your Guillain-Barré. Probably sa first year, alam niyo yung Guillain-Barré, no? Na-mention ko yung pangalan niya. Okay? So, murag na-paralyze. Not knowing pala na the previous year or previous months, whatever, merong history of animal bite. Ang pinaka-rare, yung non-classic, ito yung nag-seizure. And we get to have motor and sensory problem. Again, very, makalimutan na, we tend to forget na merong history of animal bite. Okay? Pero yung sa panitik talaga, madaling kasi very prominent yung hydrophobia. Sino bang encephalitis na ang manifestation takot sa tubig? Only rabies. So very leading siya. Anyway, that's 85% of the cases. So, konti na lang yung problemahin mo kung paralytic form ang manifestation. But in general, the encephalitic form is the one that is seen in the majority of patients. Okay, so a short while after the neurologic phase start manifesting, ito na yon. Okay, coma. Okay, coma. And patients will now have difficulty of breathing. Kaya na siya apnea. Kaya nga sa just give it a week or so, mo proceed ka dito sa comatose phase. No? At kasama rin dito yung apnea. Kaya nga, karamihan sa death ng rabies is due to the respiratory paralysis. Even if na-assisted ang naka-ventilator. So that's even with supportive therapy, virtually zero patients survive. So it's essentially a death sentence. Although, kung i-google mo, meron daw naka-survive. Okay? So, I don't know in what circumstances or rabies pa talaga yun sa anong naka-survive. Pero we'll just take it as almost 100% mortality. So yun ang nakakatakot sa rabies. Okay, so diagnosis-wise, either PCR or viral culture, sa brain samples taken after death na. So mura siya, it's a matter of fact na rabies talaga. Mura i-confirm na ninyo nga rabies yun. Okay? As I mentioned, you can also examine the brain of a rabid animal or even humans. The thing is about negri bodies, although it's 100% diagnostic, kung makita mo siya, glitch na rabies yun. However, not all cases will have negri bodies. So, only 4 out of 5 cases present ang negri bodies. Okay, so dito tayo sa post-exposure. Okay? natin na fatal ng rabies. Alam natin na it can be transmitted by a warm-blooded animal, including humans. So, now, bats. Hindi yung abata bats. Is considered warm-blooded. No? Bats are warm-blooded. So, ayaw mo kumpiyansa because in other countries, dili man dogs, dili man cats, but they are being beaten by bats. Especially kung mag-ano ka ng mga cave, yan na, di ba? Exploration, yan na, ito sa forest areas, mga, sa diha, bukid, surod ka sa mga caves, ito, nakatira yung bats. Ingat ka dyan. Baka mamaya kagamin ka ng bats. But if they harbor the rabies. So, bats, monkeys, murang tagka ko na yung, alam mo ba yung raccoon? Alam mo na yung raccoon kasi dito yung si Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy, di ba? Si Captain si raccoon doon. So, familiar yun kung saan ang raccoon na yan. Boses niya na yan, sino yung actor na yan na alam mo yung fox? Skunk, alam mo yung skunk? Cattle, even baka, wolves, coyote, alam mo yung coyote? Sa cartoons, coyote siguro, alam mo yung cartoons? Munggos, ano mo yung munggos na yan? Dili na pagkaw ng munggos, ha? What's a munggos? Plural, munggis. Yun yung natural enemy of the cobra, munggos. Talo ang cobra dyan. So anyway, the point here is any warm-blooded animal can technically transmit rabies. Kaya nga, importante ang naka-history nga na you are beaten by animals. No? For example, nag-camping kayo, nag-explore kayo sa forest, bilang ang kinagat, ingat lang doon. So, kaya nga importante yung post-exposure regimen. Now, mas mayota kung nakakagat sa'yo, ay silingan ng pet sa imo. Okay? They can be observed. Ang hirap yung wild. No? Like bats, for example, di ba? Hindi rin mo matrace na. Ano sa itong bat? Kasi ito, after a few days, namatay yung bat. Uy, rabies na pala. Okay? Pero kung silingan nyo, I don't know, moral, nakarabang laaw na iro. Kaya sino number 1 ang dog sa Pilipinas? Kaya dahang laaw na iro dahil sa Pilipinas. Di man ta pareha sa ubang nasod nga. Well, we will call them responsible pet owners. Minsan nga, part of the family. Do you have kids? Yes, I have 4 kids. 4? No, 4 kids ko diyan. Then siyempre, ang ilang mga hero, dulog sa ilang katre. Katira, may sariling CR. Itugbrasan pa every after meal. Di ba? Pero sa Pilipinas, nasuray-suray ang mga hero, di ba? So, manang, dati, responsible pet owners ang mga Pilipino. That's with sarcasm. Okay, so mahirap kung hindi ma-observe yung nakabite. So, mas maganda mo itong sabi ko, i-observe kay kita kung nag-deteriorate yung ng iro or whatever, cats. Okay? So, pwede na-examine yung brain, ma-sacrifice. Okay? So, in our place, number 1, nga makakos of rabies. Okay? Sa Pilipinas, sa worldwide, ito yung almost all nations reported rabies. Ay naka-brown. Yung naka-yellow, nag-report sila ng rabies, pero only sa bats. Europe yan, Oceania, Australia, Oceania, yung mga bats na sila. Yung green, wala daw rabies. Na-curious ko, saan mga country ito? New Zealand. Wala daw rabies sa New Zealand. Kasi puro sheep man doon. Okay? So, rabies is enough to scare you, no? With mortality near, ano ba? Semantics kasi yan eh. Over 99% or much more scarier, near 100%. So, semantics yun, di ba? I like the near 100% mortality rate. Okay, so ito yung post-exposure prophylaxis. Okay, number 1 is to immediately thoroughly cleanse the wound with soap and water. The reason here is to decrease the viral inoculum. Tatanggalin mo yung virus dun sa area of inoculation. Okay? Ang problema lang minsan, yung ngipin ng nakabaon siya to, di ba? So, dapat imunan siya kayuhuglog. Hindi na kayo wash once, twice. Ayun mo maghugas. Alam, magtangtang ng dugo-dugo. Importante nga ma-wipe out the virus. No? Yung inoculum. Malasan yung inoculum ng virus doon sa bite. No? Second is you administer a rabies immune globulin. So since immune globulin is siya, preform antibodies din. So it's like a passive immunization. This will now, the reason for this is to, dili maka-attach ang virus sa receptor. Okay? Kasi naman kay preform antibodies to minimize viral attachment to the receptor. Remember, the receptors are free nerve, nasa free nerve endings, no? Okay? So, and lastly, so tulo ni ang post-exposure regimen, tulo. Ayaw kalimutan active vaccination. Kasi sa active vaccination, you produce your own antibodies. Wala na kapagsalig sa preform. The active vaccination will stimulate antibody production in case na ay virus na nagsugod o travel dito sa imong nerve. Okay? Nagsugod o travel sa imong nerve, maigo na sa antibodies that you will eventually produce. So naakay what we call active vaccination regimen. So, importante yung pangatlo. Okay? Problema lang kasi, ang dami yung tusok yun, di ba? Sino nakasulay yun? Wala yung paaka na rin iro? Di ba sa una, halos palimot sa puso, kapila, no? Ano. Anyway, you have to explain, no? You have to explain, anong kapila man susukan, di ba? Hindi mo na na-discarte as a physician. Importante is, knowledge, and you impart the knowledge to the patient. Mo ni, kailangan ingani. Hindi kaya order ng order. Mura pag wala. As I mentioned, medicine is both the science and the art. We will teach you the science here. Nasa sa inyo na the art. Diba? Hindi biya. It doesn't follow biya na ikaw number 1 sa klase, ikaw yung most successful as a doctor. Kaya mag-aasa yung mga goal. Yung goal kasi like sa PMA, ang goal kasi is yung tail end, di ba? Delivery kasi full time. So, ang goal sa una, yung pinaka-mababa. Pero sa PMA, Philippine Military. Kasi sa medicine kasi, dirarang kasi kayo, di ba? Ayun, maunggya mo na karon. When you graduate, dirarang kayo. You graduated, example, you graduated number 19 out of a class of 220. Sa una, big deal yun kasi gamay ra ang training program. Pero naman, daghan na kayong training program eh. Sa iyo na pag-residency. Sa una, gamay ra. Magkukupit kayo sa inyong klase mo, magkukupit kayo kasi ang slot sa surgery, 5 lang. Diba? Isa yun sa hanap na, sige nga, pareho, okay mo performance na okay entrance exam. Sa ranking ng isa. Or depende sa interview. Anyway, yun yung point dito. Okay? Now, sa ngayon, very patient-friendly na ngayon ang ang rabies antibody kasi naanay human globulin. Sa una kasi sa horse, problema nila magkakaroon ng serum sickness, di ba? So ngayon, medyo fewer adverse effects na. Ito yung reform antibody na ibibigay sa pangalawa. Then you have vaccine, pero that's actually an inactivated rabies virus. So you now produce your own antibodies. Okay, so gagawin nyo yun for every time na ay post is po. Kung dapat na ay animal bite, we have to animal bite kasi warm-blooded lang yung rabies kasi pwede nyo ito mag-bite ng di warm-blooded or animal bite pag-iapon nyo. So kung na ay mga animal bite instances, you have to ask kung saan klase ng animal na nakabite. Diba? Okay, kung for example, snake yun, hindi rabies at muna. Diba? Reptile man yung snake, so hindi na siya warm-blooded. Okay? Any question regarding rabies? Let's move on to SSPE. Kining SSPE, very rare na siya. It's actually a rare complication of measles. Ano ba yung Bisaya at Tagalog sa measles? Tigdas. Sa Tagalog, tigdas. Sa Tagalog, tigdas. Sa Bisaya, tigdas. Ay difference sa G o P. Now, it's so unfortunate baran. Daghan ang anti-vaxxer. Hindi na anti-vaccination pa. Nanay movement na anti-vaccination. Okay? Now, here, we just present a disease that could have been prevented na kay vaccination. Kung dili mangyari ang SSPE kung na-vaccinate ka ng measles. Okay? That's the only sure thing na dili ka magka-SSPE kung naakay vaccination ng measles. Okay? Why? Ano nitabuan yung measles na ito? Somehow, na-infect ka ng actual na measles infection. Nagkatigdas ka. Ubalogod, ipatigdas mo na siya para, anyway, you get your own antibodies kasi actual, yun ang risk dito. Kasi, there's a subset of virus that eventually gain freedom from immunologic surveillance. Paano na nagawa yun? Yung virus nag-mutate. Okay? So, naano sila sa immunologic surveillance na off-grid sila doon sa immunologic surveillance. Kumbaga, wala sila, hindi sila online. Kumbaga, so to speak, sa electronics. So, wala na sila maano sa immune system nimo. Wala sila off-radar sila sa immune system. Kasi, nag-mutate sila. Okay? Now, some of these mutated virus eventually get entry into the brain. Okay? Once they get entry into the brain, wala na yung SSE. Okay? So ano ang risk factor dito? Kasi sabi natin, the only way you don't get SSE is to get a measles vaccination. Now, measles is, ano ba yung measles? First disease sa childhood, viral exanthe. Kasi di ba na-7 disease, na-8 disease? Oh, sa pedia. Nakalimutan ko lang kung ang measles mga first disease. Kasi it's very common. Importante na dito is, ma-vaccinate ka before you reach age of 2. Ano ba yung usual vaccination sa measles? Diba mga 1 year old? So, susunod sila sa basta before the age of 2, dapat nagka-vaccination for measles. Okay? Kasi ang dito, ang correlate dito, the younger that you get infected by a wild type of measles, mura man yung raffles of premium. The younger the age of the patient na karoon ng wild measles infection, the higher the chances of getting that mutation of the measles. So again, very long. Mao pa na yung theme sa atong lecture karon. Lahat ng etiology na nasa lecture na puro brain. Second theme is lahat ng diseases sa brain that involves the things in our lecture, very long incubation period. So here, the incubation period will be years. Okay? And even decades. You can just imagine nagka-measles ang bata, 2 years old, nag-manifest ang disease, teenager na siya or young adult. Diba? However, once it will manifest, it's downhill. It's all downhill. Okay? So, anong target of this here? The cerebral gray matter. Cerebral gray matter. Ito yung mga risk factors of, siyempre, yung mga poverty-stricken area, overcrowding, mataas. Ano ba yung Ano ba yung tawag ng how virulent is the virus? Ano yung, RAI index ba yan? RAI? R-A-Y? Or, di ba na-index sa mga infectious, sa mga, anong tawag yung transmittable na disease? Can be transmitted, din na paisa na paspas, communicable. Ang mas grabe sa communicable is, paspas ba, ito, singunta na nimo mag-transmit na kaagad. Highly communicable or something, tayo word na ng highly communicable. Na-index nila na, RAI, kalimutan ko na. Sa RAI index, RAI ba? RAI? Very highly communicable kasi ang measles eh. Example, makasabay mo lang sa bus, kung wala kay vaccination sa measles, kung ayaw measles niya, makasabay mo lang sa bus, most likely magka-measles ka. Tingnan na kapaspas transmissible ang measles. Okay? So, walang risk factors is kung wala kang ma-vaccine before the age of 2. Living in crowded areas, very dali to transmit ang virus. Ano yung risk factors, no? So, very long incubation period, pero once it manifests, as I mentioned, fulminant, it's all downhill. Now, ang isa po dito is yung status ng host. Kasi kung immunodeficient ka, like for example, ano yung HIV ngayon, infection, makapaluya sa immune system. Shorter ang onset and ang manifestation ng yung incubation period being so shorter. Meaning, after a few years, bumanifest na siya imbis na decades. Kung immunodeficient ka. Okay. So, as I mentioned, okay, no possibility of contracting SSP after vaccination. So the only way that you can protect is through vaccination. Because the only way you can get this is a infection with a wild type measles. Kumbaga, actual infection with measles. So ano mangyayari? Once this measles reach the brain, okay? Ito na yung nangyayari. There is demyelination early in the course. Once it will get into the brain, and it will progress to cause neuronal loss, involving almost all areas of the brain except the cerebellum. Unique po siya. It will involve all the areas of the brain except the cerebellum. Okay. So in short, SSPE is a measles encephalitis, or otherwise known as Dawson's encephalitis. Okay. Look at the incubation period. No? Tagal 6 to 15 years on average. On average, it could be more. It could be more years pa. Okay. Now the inception of the disease SSPE is gradual and progressive psychoneurological deterioration. So, mula lagi na usahay, teenager na, young adult na, biglang nag-change ang personality. Nag-iba ang nag-iba ang behavior. Okay? Minsan hindi makalakad or develop movement disorder. So, mahirap. No? Bakit yung bigla na ganito? Yun pala, measles. So, in the brain, the virus will cause a chronic neurodegenerative process. So, when you examine the brain, example, autopsy ka, you look at the neurons and oligodendroglia, you will see again eosinophilic inclusion bodies. Okay? And of course, patients will have a high titer of rubiola. That's the other name of measles, rubiola. Usahay mapagkaman ng rubella. German measles yung rubella. Okay? Measles yung rubiola. So ito yun, hanapin mo mga inclusion bodies. Okay? The inclusion bodies is the one that causes neurodegenerative changes of brain. So, ano may tabo? Ano clinical course? So, ito yung stage 1. Okay? Yung sinasabi ko lang mo, nagbago ang personality ng pasyente. No? Abnormal, erratic, irritable, personality alterations, biglang nagano ng intellectual deterioration. Then eventually eye movement disorder. Okay? Yun ang stage 1. Now, very crucial yung stage 1. Kasi dapat you will have to exert all efforts na mustay siya at least man lang sa stage 1. At least sa pasyente medyo na-semblance of being functional. Ang mahirap kung magsugod na siya sa stage 2. Okay? Stage 2. Kasi pag nag-stage 2 yan, didiretso na yan to stage 3 and death. So, importante talaga kung ano man is pa-stage sa stage 1. So, ano yung stage 2? The stage 2 will increase in intensity of the spasm such that mahirapan na ang pasyente maglakad. Okay? Loss of the ability to walk. This will now herald stage 2. Okay? Now, stage 2 will eventually progress to stage 3. Ano yung stage 3? Ito na yung extrapyramidal symptoms. You're familiar with extrapyramidal symptoms, di ba? Dami yung mga clonus, mga spasticity, mga movement disorders, di ba? Of course, stage 4, ang pasyente mura na in a vegetative state. Nakahiga na mute and comatose. So, yun yung ending. No? So once it reach, ang point dito is once it reach stage 2, mabilis na yung deterioration to stage 3 and stage 4. And if you do an EEG, ito yung ano niya, yung Redemacher complex. Okay? And slowing of your waves, no? Slowing, so slowing of the brain waves pa. Okay, ito yung Redemacher complex. So once mo manifest sa stage 2, death is of course usually within 3 years and fatal past stage 2. So, very bleak ang prognosis ng SSP. Okay? Especially kung umabot na siya sa stage 2. Okay? So, the only way to protect yourself against SSP is lethal vaccine. By the way, I don't get the impression na common ang SSP is rare. Kasi hindi naman lahat na nagka-measles mag-SSPE. It depends on the mutation of the virus. Kung hindi naman nag-mutate ng virus, well and good, swerte mo. Pero kung nag-mutate ang virus, well, nag-infect sa imo, yun ang SSPE. Any questions regarding SSPE? Let's now go to PML, Progressive Multifocal Leukoencephalopathy. Medyo, pagdating sa brain ba, hindi ka ganahan sa brain, nakang terminology. Lisod pag mga terminology sa brain, no? Pero, ilan naman, maganda rin ang neurology, di ba? Yung mga ganahan sa neurology. Kasi gusto mag-neurologist dito. Okay sa buhay ng neurologist. You just have to overcome the different terminology sa brain kaya medyo malalim. Progressive multifocal leukoencephalopathy sa mana siya. Okay? Kung nga na ba, medyo technical ang brain sa ilang mga terminology. Okay? Now, ano sa man yung PML? Actually, dalawang issue ng PML, not really PML. Yung JC virus. JC virus is a member of your polyoma virus. It's a DNA virus. The So dalawang issue ng JC. Number one, it will cause PML. The other one is, since it's a DNA virus, oncogenic virus siya. Just like your hepatitis B, di ba? DNA virus siya, pero at the same time, oncogenic. So it causes tumors. Oncogenic What's the pangalan? Oncogenic. It's a tumor-inducing virus. Ganun yun ang issue sa JC virus. Okay? It actually causes brain tumors. Okay? But we will not talk about the brain tumor. We will just talk slightly about the brain tumor. We will go to the other side. JC virus as a cause of PML. Okay? Now, sa pathophysiology ng JC virus that cause PML, very important din yung immune system sa host, particularly yung cell-mediated immune. Now, katong SSP kanina, it tends to affect the gray matter. Here, it will now affect the white matter. Okay? White matter. Okay? Particularly, your oligodendroglia. Actually, madali lang i-correlate. Ano ba ang oligodendroglia? Sa pagkakaalam nyo, kung saan siya? Ha? It will? Ha? Ano saan? Oh, myelin sheath. So, in the central nervous system, ang tagagaba ang myelin sheath, ang oligodendroglia. Pero sa peripheral nervous system, sinong tagagawa ng myelin sheath? Okay, Schwann cell. Very good. So, muna yung target sa JC virus, yung oligodendroglia. Yung gumagawa ng myelin sheath. Okay? Nato pa, kung wala yung magbaguba ang dendroglia, doon naman tayo sa demyelination. Diba? Kasi, yun yung tawag namin sa mga neuro Ano ba ito? Demye. Yan ang demye. Di maintindihan. Diba? It's complicated. Demye. Okay, so, yun ang problema karon kasi naay significant segment of our society na naay HIV. So, very prominent din itong PML sa mga AIDS patient. Okay. In fact, sa una, this is considered as AIDS-defining disease. Sa una. Well, anyway, the infection occur early childhood but persists for a long period of time. So, nangyari yan sa PML, demyelination. Demyelination. The other one, it will cause brain tumors. Glioblastoma, oligodendroglioma, ependymoma. Okay? Now, wala pa talaga lang ma-type up, no? Yun sa pag-cause, but remember, DNA virus ito, so it can incorporate its genome into the host cell and will cause activation of your pathway for tumor genesis. But anyway, manifestations of PML, again, changes in personality, pyramidal signs, dementia, and death after a few months, once it is manifested. So, very long ang incubation period, pero once it will manifest, as I mentioned earlier, it's also downhill, of course, once it manifests as a brain. Okay? So, white matter, no? JC, white matter. So, ito yung mga traps. Okay? Mga nerve traps. Again, if you do an autopsy, you look for the oligodendrocytes, and you can again see the eosinophilic inclusion bodies. have the nerve tracts. Yan. There is the demyelinization of the white matter of the brain. Okay? Let's now move on to any question regarding PML? Clear? Clear? Okay, let's now go to the gingon na spongiform encephalopathies. Anong spongiforman? Kasi the death of the neurons will cause microscopic holes in the brain. Remember, the neurons will not be replaced once dead, not replaced, so it will form or a gagmay nga buo dun sa brain. And nakugas mo sa balay. So kabalo ko sa sponge. Di ba ang sponge na ay mga buo, ito look at carefully. Nga na ang itsura. That's why it's called spongiform encephalopathy. Since this is transmitted from it can be transmitted from one individual to another or one animal to another, transmissible. Okay. In humans, sa ngayon, it's called Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Again, pangalan yan sa mga primary investigator. Eh, maganda rin magkaroon ng research, pero din sa Pilipinas wala kayo nagpa-fund ng research, no? Because it will immortalize your name. Makakay mo, sabihin mo, diba? It will now immortalize your name. Forever na yun, no? Subsequent generation of doctors will know you. Abelinosa, so sa Pilipinas. Disease, whatever. Okay? Now, the etiologic agent Ani is not a virus. It's not a virus. It is far more alarming. Okay? Why? Because it's not even an organism. Sa virus, ang debate sa virus is whether they are living or non-living things, di ba? Dinhi, it's not even an organism. You can just imagine, no? You can just imagine ba, ang concept ba, na kita na-infected bitok at nag-cause bitok. Na-infect ang bacteria. Kailangan microscope para makita ang bacteria. Na-infect ang virus. Di na kaya sa light microscope. I-invento ang electron microscope to view the virus. Here, it's not even an organism. Maguwang lang siya sa amino acid. Kasi prions are made up of peptide linkages. So, mula lang siya sumpay-sumpay na amino acids. And yet, it can be transmitted from one host to another. Okay. Now, ang prions na yan is actually derived from this proteinaceous infectious agents. From out ng Panginoon, prowen. Diba? Pag dili kulang sa dating, prowen. Mura proven, you know? Proven. So, baliw na to. Prions. Prions. Okay? Now, to give you a perspective, dili lang human beings nga naay prion disease. Okay? Just to give you a perspective, naana sa other animals. Ito yung tawag sa other animals. You know what it is? So, maningan mo ba? Scrapie. nakawat ang the others. Magabiin na may magmadali. Nakita mo ba sa film with the others? Ano kita ng film the others? If you enjoy, nakita kayo sa film na Sixth Sense, alam niyo yung Sixth Sense? Nawala din. Nakita generation gap din yan. One of those movies ba na hindi mo ma-anticipate yung ending. On top dyan, Sixth Sense, then followed by the others. Kung naman tayo, panoorin nyo yan. Kasi hindi nyo ano ang ending, hindi nyo ang twist ba? One of those, sabi nga nila, one of those movies na can be seen all over and over again. Kasi you might miss the details ba? Anyway, the details is actually in the movie. Wala ka nang gwapo na siya kung investigator ka rin. Ang clue, nandoon na sa movie ba, hindi mo lang nakita. Anyway, gusto ko nang natutukan. The others, hindi nakuha. Kasi when we are winding down ba, sila, mag-first semester pa sila. Na-interference. Wala na noon. There's something wrong with the wires. Okay, anyway, scraping, ito yung equivalent sa sheep and goat. Mink, alam mo yung mink? Naabot sila. Itong, sikat siguro sa inyo, itong bovine spongiform encephalopathy kasi ang tawag sa media ay mad cow disease. Have you heard of mad cow disease? Wala yung sikat kasi di ba, ipamatay sila sa British, nagka-epidemic na sa mga, you have to kill all the cows kasi ito yun, BSE, mad cow disease. Pero yung prions can also be seen in mule, deer, elk, moose. Can you differentiate a deer from an elk and a moose? Anyway, chronic wasting diseases ay lahat. Then naantay counterpart for cats, and sa mga nyala and kudo are antelopes. Antelopes. Naabot sila ilaha. Exotic ovulating sa kalapati. Okay? Now, since we are concerned with humans, okay, ang counterpart sa humans are, sa ngayon, they want to call it Creutzfeldt Jakob. Okay? We will explain this kasi gusto nila na Creutzfeldt Jakob ang itawag sa naan. Punta na lang kung sa klase, class. Sporadic, genetic, acquired, iatrogenic. Pero they want to call this as Creutzfeldt Jakob disease in humans. Okay? So these protein infectious agents only target one organ, brain lang. Wala na iba, brain lang. Okay? As the reason why only God knows anong brain lang ang ilang target. Okay? Pero what happened here? It will cause neurodegeneration and spongiform changes. In short, it will kill the neurons. It will kill the neurons such that kung ingon nga, kasi permanent cells na ng neurons, although you got billions of neurons, pero once mamatay ang neurons, nobody will replace it. Kaya it will cause, wala na yung replace, walang na space in between. Kaya nang-absent na to sila. So, irreplaceable. Wala na yung mupuli sa inyo dyan. Muna. Ano? Bungki kaya? Ano yung wala sa Bisaya? Bungki. Ipon nga. Wala tuloy. Pangang. So, ingana naitabo sa sa Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Okay? Of course, once you are diagnosed with a prion disease, it's always fatal. The question is not the how, but the when. When? Okay? This should magod sa humans may near 100%, no? Okay, basig na exception ba? Pero as of now, wala exception. Kaya nga, it's almost always fatal. With no known cases of remission and recovery. Okay? So, what's the culprit, ani? The prions will cause a misfolding of the proteins. Let's call it misfolding. Kasi sa human system ng God, ang atong system, atong metabolic system, water soluble, magunta, lahat ng atong water soluble. Kaya nga, wala'y tubig, we all will gonna die. Okay? So normally, ang atong mga proteins, ano ba yung, di ba ang proteins is naka primary structure. Ano yung primary structure ng protein? Yung arrangement ng amino acid. Ano yung secondary structure ng protein? How it is folded. Okay. Normally, it should be alpha helical. Ang problema kung ma-fold siya sa lain na paagi. In this case, naging beta-pleated. Kung ingana magaling na siya, that structure will be very hard to metabolize because they are not water soluble. So ito yung nangyayari dito. Kung naakay Prion's disease, it will cause proteins in the brain to misfold. And once it will be misfold, it will now cause pressure effects on the neurons. Okay? Kaya di man sila ma-kuhan. Okay? So, in reaction, the neurons will swell and degrade. Okay? Now, once my presentation actually our presentation is dementia. So, unang usahay, hindi klaro ang prion disease kasi there are a lot of maski, di ba? Maski pag aging na kay dementia, unang lisod siya i-diagnose. Okay? Siguro high index of suspicion siguro na ma-diagnose ka ng Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Kasi nga, dementia ang unang. Anyway, yan. Cerebral cortex, notably cerebral cortex. So it's incurable and invariably fatal. Then, itong human form ng mad cow disease is actually called ang mad cow manggod para lang sa baka, kaya nga cow wala yung mad cow sa humans. Pero, kung mukhaon kang infected na beef sa mad cow, ang human counterpart they want to call it Creutzfeldt-Jakob, pero iba ang class. Okay? Anyway, we will discuss it later. But anyway, matagal na accepted yung prion. Ano yung entity na prion na yan ba? Decades. No? Anyway, until inabot sa 1990 na nag-evidence na prions exist. Okay? virus. Kasi, di ba, ang inom ito, yellow fever, yun yung first na virus nga nakaingon sila na virus can cause disease. Ngayon naman, prions can cause disease. Established na yan. Pero ito, very, very long, quite long, to convince the scientific community that prions exist and they cause disease in humans. Ang wala pa lang siguro na wala pa ma-break the barrier is virioids. Wala pa yung virioids that cause human disease. But if you are in agriculture, college of agriculture, so because virioids are very common as disease of plants. Okay, so siyempre ang mga mga researchers nakadawat ko Nobel Prize for their efforts. Okay, so lesions are most prevalent in the cortical gray matter. Okay. I don't know, makita niyo yung buho-buho ba? Kita mo yung buho-buho? So this is an autopsy case and yeah. Makita niyo yung buho? Kung hindi niyo makita, i-stretch lang yung imagination. Di ba makita niyo mga buho? So ito yung gusto nilang mangyari ngayon sa classification ng Creutzfeldt-Jakob because they want this to be called Creutzfeldt-Jakob. So nakay what we call sporadic, and this is although rare ang Creutzfeldt-Jakob pero sa mga cases nga na confirm na Creutzfeldt-Jakob, the vast majority are sporadic. Okay? Turns out pala, there's a familial, meaning inherited. Kasi they found out na naatay what we call PRP gene. Prion gene. Now, pwedeng magkaroon ng mutation sa prion gene and you can actually inherit this gene. Mutated gene. Then, nakay na Creutzfeldt-Jakob na nakuha because of sa unang magkuso itong mag-harvest ka ng growth hormones sa imong pituitary sa patay. Hindi mo na i-inject doon sa buhit na tao for the growth hormone. I-stop nila ito na practice because of this development of prion. So katong mga nakakuha og Creutzfeldt-Jakob because of transplantation, contamination with growth hormones, harvesting growth hormone, tissue grafts, they want to call it iatrogenic Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Okay? So ano yung tawag doon sa mad cow? Yung mga tao na kumain doon sa mga baka na merong mad cow disease, they want to call it variant. Okay? Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Okay, so did you get the classification? Because they just want to call all of this as Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Okay. Iba-iba na yung mechanism how they get the Creutzfeldt-Jakob. So as I mentioned, dementia is the one that is usually the first symptom. Very hard to decipher at first kasi there are so many neurologic diseases or entities that will produce dementia. Even aging dementia. Then, it will now progress na again, dito naman yung movement disorder, di ba? So mahirap i-decipher. It's challenging yung neurologist. You can just imagine ikaw yung neurologist how to sift kung sa mga etiology, aning mga dementia, mga extrapyramidal symptoms, di ba? Hindi mo ka pwedeng i-label, hindi mo na part of Parkinson disease. Na kay Parkinsonism, but diba, is it Parkinson's disease? Dahil ang Parkinsonism sa Parkinson's disease. Okay, so yan, nanay, manifest niya mga involuntary, mga involuntary movements, and of course, parang ano nga, mga sa EEG, no? Weird na mga tracings. So this is a progressive disease, no? Na hantod na mamatay ang pasyente. Okay. So, imagine mo na ito, there is a misfolding or refolding of the native proteins into a beta-pleated sheet, which makes them insoluble. Anyway, karamihan dito sporadic, but naatay, as I mentioned earlier, 15% na hereditary form. Yung hereditary form are manifested into two. No, yung GSS, German-Schleusler syndrome, and fatal familial insomnia. So itong dalawa na ito is a subset of familial Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease. Yung nakuha sa mga implants, harvesting of growth hormones, yung anak, it's called iatrogenic. No? And itong na-consume sa mga, from animals, so sa ato, common yung bovine, no? Pero remember that, na ay scrapie, na ay itong other spongiform, encephalopathies in other animals, digan kayo, baka pwede makatransmit yan. Alam ko sa yung pakanon. But, ang na-trace yun is the mad cow disease. So, muna yung ito variants, CJD. Okay. Now, isa sa mga ito ba iatrogenic ba? It cause a, scare, no? Sa medical community because kining prions, dili naman siya maguba sa usual autoclave. Di ba mga OR1 instruments, autoclave labi ang salida. So, muna nga, they had to find ways, no? Dili lang autoclaving, but other sterilization procedure so that they can develop yung copper hydrogen peroxide and thermal depolymerization to destroy the prions. So in a way, ang Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease is manifested as a rapidly progressing dementia with myoclonus. Again, spongiform. Sa autopsy, you will now again see the eosinophilic vacuoles and amyloid-like material sa brain. Yan. Of course, the degeneration of neurons. Pero ito yung highlights, no? Presence of glassy and eosinophilic vacuoles. And katong kumain ng mad cow disease na CJD, they have what we call amyloid like flux the brain. Okay? So ito yung nagkakos ng neuronal degeneration. No? So, sa perspective, the CJD is still the most common human prion disease. Although technically they are rare, no rare. Pero sa larangan ng prion disease, CJD is key. Okay. Matagal din ang incubation period nito. Just like the one that we mentioned. 25 years from the initial point of kaya pa manifest ng clinical signs. Okay, any question regarding CJD? Simple lang naman ang underlying ba. Ang mahirap ang pag-recognize kung kinsan itong mga pasyente na CJD. Yun ang challenge. But at least you have an understanding what CJD is. At least you're aware that CJD exists in the first place. Okay, let's now move on to the last one, Kuro. Sa pangalan pa lang nakakatakot, Kuro-Kuro. This is a true story. Dili out of the movie sa, this is a true story. Kuro was a disease found in kaning mga aborigines sa Foreta tribe sa Papua New Guinea after World War II. Okay? You know where is Papua New Guinea? No? So, after World War II, nagpadala ang Australians o kanang missionaries doon sa island na yun. And they found out there is a foreign tribe, may mga tao nga biglang weird. Ito yun, body tremors. In fact, the word Korea, meaning South Korea, North Korea, the word Korea sa ila means shaking. Murag, naay members of the, So, unang itawag Kuro. Now, well, to cut the story short, although this took months and years to cut the story short, it turns out pala, nganong nag-iingana sila because of their ritual. This tribe eats their dead. So, kanibal sila. Pero hindi sila kanibal sa buhay pa. Kanibal sila kung patay na. Okay? So, example, mamatay ka. Kanon ka nila. Ikaw pinaglalamayan, ikaw ang pinaglalamayan nila. Unang ingon of to the bones. Maraming maganda ito pag investigator ka na, di ba medical investigator ka, maganda ito nga case study actually. Pati nga naman mo sila, anong the high preponderance to women and children. Women and children. Yun pala, pag namatay ang isang tao doon, yung mga lalaki has the first access to the, well, hindi naman siya feast, no? Naon man, ka feast, di ba? Males have the first access to the, So, sa may pagkanoon sa mga males. Ikaw mo na ba, imagine mo galingon, foreign tribe ka, kung na namatay, ikaw una mukhaon, kung sa'yo mo kanon man, part sa lawas. Ha? Bebe. Yan. Ano ba? Ikaw ba? Kung sino ka nun? What do you think?
Ang skin.
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 Lupig pa eh. Sana. Isa pa?
Muscles.
Muscles. So mga laki, yung nagkaon ng mga muscles. Lupig pa steak, no? Muscles. Now, after the laki, ayaw pa magkaon ng mga babae. No. Siguro sa ila panganon, wala magtira. Kumbaga, to the bones. So, ang usual na kumakain sa utak, mga babae at saka children. So, after many years, the women and the children will now, not the children siguro, by the time, a long incubation period man, will now develop the disease or will now manifest the disease. So, muna mag-treat. So, in short, the reason naman nagkapuro sila because of cannibalism. So, ito yung, yan, I'm Australian doctor na investigate sa mga, yan. Medyo busy ang slide pero ingani na. Noong una, wala pa maniwala. Siyempre, maniwala kasi you have to put evidence. Okay? Na-break lang yung evidence when they get the brain of the infected man. They brought the part of the brain of the infected man sa US. Pinakain nila sa chimpanzee yung brain. And kitanaw nila ang chimpanzee sa nitabo. And true enough, nag-develop ng puro ang chimpanzee. So that will now prove na the etiologic agent is in the infected brain. And when they do further research, it turns out na it's a prion that causes puro. Okay? So yun yung story about puro. Okay? So, what's my lesson of this? What's the moral of the story? Lesson of the story. So, it is the first time that this group of encephalopathies had been demonstrated to be infectious, can be transmitted from one person to from a person to a monkey, ba? Or one person to another, kasi sa actual. Pero ang point is na they have no evidence that whatever the etiologic agent of that disease can be transmitted from one individual to another. Okay, yun yung point. Okay. So, it ushers the era of prions. Kasi late in the 18th century, it ushers the era of virus. No? Karon, it ushers the era of prions. So, sa ngayon, probably hindi naman, siguro, I don't know kung maulit pa ba, Skuro is now known as the only epidemic of human prion disease. So, manifestation, as I mentioned, vigorous shaking, no? Trembling, whatever, or shiver, we call niya. Okay? And the incubation period, medyo 5 to 20 years following initial exposure. Okay? Pero once na manifest na siya, example, ano siya manifestation, ingabot na sa clinical horizon na, medyo hindi magdugay ang pasyente. Average of 1 year. mamatay. So it's invariably fatal. So in short, yung prion disease, long incubation period, okay, affects only the brain. Once it will now manifest, very poor prognosis, no cure, okay, and almost always fatal. Okay? So yun yung characteristic ng prion disease. Okay, so nahitabo, pinapatigil nila yung cannibalism, cannibalistic funeral practices. Dili mo sila magpagtao, kato naman patay na kanon. So di na tao na kanon. Okay, the last sufferer died in 2005. You can just imagine this was discovered in 1950s. Then by 1960s, pinatigil nila yung cannibalism. And the last sufferer only that died in 2005. So, medyo mataas talaga incubation period. Okay, I think this is the last slide. So, any questions regarding prion disease? Okay, so we'll call it.